What's up guys, this is Casey from Casey's Customs, and in this video we're going to be doing a patina paint job on my Rat Rod Porsche. Let's get going.
Hey, sitting like a boss, bring the workers out. Press on the exhaust, we be skirting now. No, we not the same, what you talking about? Got me all up in your mentions, must have heard around. How that sound, yeah, that sound good. Break it down, ice the Wendy's in your town. Don't forget the dollar sign. How that sound, yeah, that sound good. Tell them get in line. Hold it down, came up from the...
So the way I like to do my patina paint jobs, I like to put a lot of layers on and then sand them off. I feel like it looks more realistic to me because it actually looks like the paint is being worn down. For now, we need to put on all of our primers. We're spray painting the Porsche, it's kind of a thing, but anyways, look at the nozzle on it. This thing shoots out like a fucking water gun or something. Check it out. Holy shit. Watch this. I've never seen one of these before. This is fucking dope. Let me make sure I spray paint my fucking $5,000 wheels. Oh God. Ooh, that was too close. Look, I shot my whole bumper in like 5 seconds. Wow, that's crazy. This time, put some white in there. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So now the fun part begins. We have gray primer, black primer, red oxide, rust primer, I think it was called. I also have a little bit of white primer on there. And now I have a slate gray base coat. Everything is still rough. That was okay. I didn't care that it was super, super smooth because now we are gonna start the patina process. So what you can do to get this patina look is we're gonna start sanding down this top base coat and we're gonna start showing off some of those primers underneath, giving it the effect of faded paint or just paint that looks rough and old and maybe something that's been repainted. You can always add more layers. If for some reason I get to sanding and it doesn't look as good as I like it, I can always add a little bit more red here and there or whatever I need to do. But it's a lot easier to have the layers on underneath and then we just sand to where we wanna, do. So essentially, let's say I sand with 600 grit. I know that's basically gonna go through one layer that'll give me my red. If I wanna go to 300 grit, that'll get me all the way to my gray, et cetera, et cetera. And what you do is you start kind of sanding it down, kind of just start playing with the look you want. And hopefully we'll get something. I want it to look like, this slate gray was actually a color you could get on the Porsches in the 1980s. So I want it to look like a Porsche that not necessarily was factory, but let's say it was customized in the 80s or 90s and it sat for the last 20 or 30 years. And now somebody put some big wheels on it and they want to drive it around. So anyways, let's get to sanding. I'm going to start, I think, with probably 320 because I actually put a little bit too much on. I kind of did 2 heavy coats and I really just probably needed to do 1. But let's get to sanding and see what we can do. We got a long ways to go. Let's hit the old time lapse. Nothing. Got a little bit coming through over here. think just gotta start playing with it. Figure out the look you want. Also, it helps to take a look at cars. Well, I should probably stop trying to talk with the goddamn air compressor on. So once you kind of get it roughly where you're wanting it, it's time to switch up to wet sanding. I've done most of this with 320, my water bucket, and a finer grit sandpaper that actually works with wet sanding. It's 500 wet is what it's called. And I'll go in here and I'll start connecting some of these a little bit better so it doesn't look so splotchy. And then pretty much should be done. I might hit it in some spots with 2000. The spots that I want to leave, you know, basically black still, I'll hit those with 2000. That way my primer or my clear has something to bite on. And then when I clear it, I'm going to clear it so that basically it's like a satin clear, and I'm going to put it on real thin, because I've seen people do these and then you bury it in clear. It doesn't look right to have a faded, you know, old looking paint job just have perfect clear on top of it. So I kind of like to do a satin clear and just put it on real light, almost hazy, you know, too far away, and spray it. Seems to work out pretty good. So let's do that. Perfect. That's kind of what I'm wanting. Might hit it a little bit more so it's not splotchy, but just like that. Perfect. Now I have to do the whole car. Another thing I forgot to say was it helps to look at cars that have actually faded, you know, with real patina. And especially if you look at that exact model, there was a Porsche 930 that I looked at, and it had sat, I think it said it sat outside, and you can see exactly where it normally always wears off the top of your fenders and stuff because the sun's just beating down on it, top of the roof in certain spots. But it's real nice if you can find a car that you have that you're trying to replicate and see exactly where the patina is, because the bumper on it was kind of worn out a lot more than I would have thought. So I'm gonna obviously use that on this as well. So just a little quick tip I was just thinking of. The roof's gonna suck because I just put way too much paint up there, but it is what it is. No big deal, just more sanding. So I got the look locked in that I'm going for. It's time to seal it up with some clear. The only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to get crazy with my clear and make it, you know, super wet looking. I kind of like this aged look that it has. So you want to go real easy with your clear because you can make it way too shiny. It looks great. I kind of wanted to go a little bit more in the doors, but all the pictures I looked at, they don't really fade out very bad on the lower part of the doors. So I need to just kind of show some restraint and stop there. But I dig it. Looks like an old faded Porsche. Cool. Now we gotta be real cool with the clear. We gotta just kind of get it on there, but not make it too wet looking. Watching. As you can see, this came out exactly how I'm wanting it. It might not be for everybody, but I love the look. It just looks like it's been sitting around for 30 years in a field, which is just great for me. It's exactly what I wanted. This has been a very long build. It's obviously not done yet. I still have to do some finishing touches to it, but it's really nice to have it this far along because it's sat so much. I build hot rods for a living. This is my personal car. I only work on my personal stuff basically at night when my kid and my wife go to bed. So I don't get as much time on these as I do my customer cars. So I'm super happy to finally have it in paint and have it exactly how I want it. Just because I love this. I love this. I can beat on this. Like I said, I can scratch it. It's not going to be the end of the world for me. So if this is a look you are going for, hopefully you picked up a couple tips. It's just all about layering, sanding. I can still add layers to this. If for, like, let's say my doors are a little more gray than the red hood and I want them to have more of that rusty red look, it's easy to go ahead and add some more red on it, sand it down. Basically, you can just kind of play with it until you get the look you want. and it's also kind of fun to do. So, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good shit they tend to do at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace!
Hey, sitting like a boss, bring the workers out. Press on the exhaust, we be skirting now. No, we not the same, what you talking about? Got me all up in your mentions, must have heard around. How that sound, yeah, that sound good, tell them